Hello guys, I'm Matthew Plays here, back for the video, and today I'm going to be sharing my top 10 favorite cards for Clash Royale. This is my opinion, so you might have different opinions and everything, so yeah. And one thing before I start, I want to say sorry for not uploading in a while. It's been a long time since I've uploaded, but hopefully I go back to regular uploads and do some more stuff. Okay, so let's get straight into the top 10. First of all, the Dark Prince. The Dark Prince is a very good card. It's not one of the strongest, but it does lots of splash damage, and I like that. So yeah, it's very good. It's good against skeleton armies, and you can put it behind something so you don't have to use Zapper Log, just in case. If you don't have Log, you can just use the Dark Prince. And it also has a shield, so if a rocket goes towards it, it'll only destroy the shield. It won't do anything to the actual Dark Prince. Okay, next up, Fire Spirits. Fire Spirits are very, 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 very cheap. They're only 2 elixir, and with 2 elixir you can destroy skeleton armies, minion hordes, and all that kind of stuff. You can also destroy goblin gang, and all that kind of stuff. The problem is they're very weak, but if they somehow kill the fire spirits, I don't know how, but if they somehow kill them, it's just gonna be wasted 2 elixir, which will not be very good. And yeah, that's the fire spirits. Next up, Tornado. Tornado is a very, very, very good card that you can use to pull the other troops like Hog Rider and most of the troops to the King Tower, so you can get an extra tower, getting damage on the other cards, and then the Tornado is also very good. So like if you have a Sparky for some reason, and then you have Tornado, you could use a Tornado so it puts everything in the same place, and then the Sparky just shoots and destroys everything. I think it also works with the Fireball and the Rocket, which is very good. But I don't think the Rocket's very good. It's not. It has really, 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 really small damage, like radius, and yeah. But still, Tornado is very, very good, and it also does damage, a little bit of damage, but not really a lot. Okay, next up, Minion Horde. The Minion Horde is very good against taking out P.E.K.K.A. and I was gonna say Golem, but not really, because when it explodes, the Minion Horde just dies. And then it's also very good against taking out giant skeletons, royal giants, and stuff like that. But there are many problems I see with it. Like, you can just arrow it, fireball the Minion Horde, which will be really bad because you would lose 5 elixir. And you could just get countered. You can get countered by arrows, which will be a positive elixir trade for the other person. And yeah, that's one of the reasons I don't like the Minion Horde. But if it's strong enough, I guess you could use it. And also the minion, I don't really like the minions as much because they don't do as much damage, and it's 3 elixir, so it's more worth using the Minion Horde than the normal minions. Okay, and that was why I didn't put it up in the list. But if it wasn't so weak, I would put it higher in the list because they are pretty good, but they're really weak. Okay, so next up, Mirror. The Mirror is a very good card because for only 1 elixir more, you could just put 2 of the same thing. So for example, if you want to put I don't know, 2 P.E.K.K.A.s for some reason. And then you could do that, but it'll cost one more elixir for the second one. And if you have your mirror high enough, you can have your mirrored card that you just used be higher than the normal card that you just put down before that. So yeah, and it's not. I was gonna say it's not that expensive, but it depends on what you put down. Of course it does. And yeah, okay. So the next card, Furnace. I really like using the Furnace in Clash Royale because it distracts people into the middle if you put it in the middle, and the Furnace just lets out fire spirits, and you can just kill a skeleton army, a minion horde. Oh yeah, I forgot the fire spirits can also kill the minion horde. But yeah, and the fire spirits, if you have them, if you have like two furnaces, one in the back of the tower and another one in the middle, the person will try to focus on your tower. But if they're not focusing on the right one or destroy the furnace fast enough, the fire spirits will keep on going to their tower because they're strong enough to get to their tower. And they do actually a pretty good amount of damage per fire spirit. And yeah, so that could be really annoying for the other person. Okay, and the next card, Skeleton Army. This is a very, very, very good card that I use a lot. For example, if you can use it against lots of things like P.E.K.K.A, giant skeleton, roll giant, all that kind of stuff, giant, yeah, all that kind of stuff. It'll work good against them. If they don't have a zap or a log, that's the case. Because if they have a zap or a log or fire spirits, they will get demolished. So that's something else that I don't like about them is they're very, very weak. But they can be really good if they don't have a zap or log. And yeah, I think that's why I think they should be in my 4th place in my list. Okay, so the Electro Wizard is my 3rd pick. We're getting into the top 3, and the Electro Wizard is in the 3rd one because the Electro Wizard, when it spawns, it obviously gives off the zap effect, and then it kills everything. Well, not everything, but like if there's a skeleton army, we could just place it down in the middle of it. It'll kill pretty much all the skeletons, and then if not, it could just zap the other skeletons. And then the other thing I like about the Electro Wizard is that it shoots 2 times that. It shoots 2 bolts or whatever it is at a time, and it can also stun enemies, which would be pretty helpful. And sometimes it can retarget them. So for example, if you have a P.E.K.K.A going against the tower, you can redirect it. So if it's already hitting the tower, you can put an Electro Wizard down and a skeleton army, and it'll retarget towards the skeleton army or whatever it's closer to. So yeah, and it's also very, 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 very good against the Inferno Tower and Inferno Dragon. It's very good against it. And it's also good against the Lava Hound and the Baby Dragon and lots of other stuff with air stuff. But it's sort of weak, not really, but it's sort of weak. Okay, so the next card, which is in 2nd place, is the Log. The Log is a very, very, very good card in my opinion because it only costs 2 elixir, and even though the zap is a thing, and it also zaps the air things, it's not very powerful. It only does 50, the zap does, and the Log does like 100. Well, it depends on what level you have it at, but still doesn't do that much. The Log does way more, and it can kill lots of stuff. For example, it could kill the Goblin Gang, the Skeleton Army, the Minion, not the Minion, the Fire Spirits, and much more. Oh yeah, the princess and all that. So yeah, that's why I like the log. It's very, very cheap. It can fit almost in any deck. And yeah. Okay, so I have an honorable mention for this list. It's because the reason why I didn't put it in here is that because I like the other cards better, and it wouldn't be a top 10 if I had put it in there. But I was gonna put the giant skeleton. The reason why I like the giant skeleton is because it drops the bomb at the end. So if they have a really big push against you, put the giant skeleton down. When the giant skeleton dies, you could put a tornado and pull it towards the bomb, and it kills everything. Or you could also, when the giant skeleton reaches the other tower, you could put it near there. And if you want, you can clone the giant skeleton before it dies, and you'll have a double bomb, which will pretty much kill the tower, which is very, very good in my opinion. That's why I like the giant skeleton. But I don't think it's good enough to fit the list. Okay, and the last card, which is going to be very, 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 very surprising to everyone, because not a lot of people use this card. It's underused, I'd say, because it's very, very good, but people don't like using it. Some people do, but it's my favorite card. This one, it's the mini P.E.K.K.A. The mini P.E.K.K.A. destroys golems, destroys royal giants, destroys giants, destroys giant skeletons, and if it reaches a tower, it could absolutely kill it. Like, even with 2 hits, it could do like 1,000 damage, depends on what level. But my mini P.E.K.K.A. is at level 9, and mine does like 673 damage per hit. So it'll do like 1,300 damage on the tower or whatever it hits. So that's the reason it's very good. And the only thing I really don't like is that it gets pretty easily countered by the skeleton army or minion horde. So what I do is I put the log and the fireball in my deck, so I can use it, so I can protect the mini P.E.K.K.A. and also it reaches the tower, and that's why I love the mini P.E.K.K.A. Okay, so that was my list for my favorite / what I think